Hey, back again. Uh, just taking a break on my snowshoe here. I'm actually sitting down, propped up against this little sort of against this tree. Probably can't stay here very long. It's cold, and the longer I sit here, the colder I'm gonna get. And I'm in the snow, so I want to show you my view here. Wenatchee Crest Trail out of Blewett Pass, and that is my view. And I just had some thoughts as I was kind of stopped along here, which is that the city, that I'm traumatized by the city. It sounds like some kind of confession, the way that I said that. But it's just something that I want to acknowledge and record my thoughts. So here comes somebody. I'm gonna let them pass because I'm embarrassed. Yeah, can't stay too long though.
Yeah?
I can't stay too long though.
It gets cold?
Yeah. enjoy your hike. She was nice. Anyway, yeah, back to what I was talking about with the city. I spent I don't know, I don't want to I only got time for a quick one here, so I gotta get my thoughts together on this. I try to remember the point that the insight that I had into myself. Ever since the pandemic and living in Seattle, it was hard on me personally. It was hard on everybody in different ways, and the way that it affected me was that I just felt like everybody kind of gave up on each other. People factioned off and fragmented off into various factions politically, and I didn't feel like I really belonged to any particular faction during that. I felt kind of left out in a way, and that was in a sense traumatizing for me. I think I could put it that way. It was a wild time in the city and the neighborhood that I happen to live in, where they had the Chaz zone, and I don't know. I felt like young people had that movement, the BLM movement, and all of that, and I just didn't really feel a part of it. A lot of reason being that I was really focused on the pandemic at that point. I was like really worried about it, really worried about trying to survive and stay healthy as somebody a little bit older. How old was I? That was 4 years ago. I don't know, 48. I must have been about 48 then. And we just didn't know a lot about it. We didn't know a lot about the disease yet at that point in time when all of that stuff went down in the city. And it just felt like such an absolutely chaotic time that I couldn't get a handle on. Couldn't even get a handle on the pandemic, let alone a political uprising. And the city was on fire. Literally, downtown was on fire. And my neighborhood was in protest there were protests going through the neighborhood every single night and day for a while, for a couple weeks. And not that it's not for a legitimate cause, don't get me wrong. And I sympathize with that movement for the most part. Although I'm not a proponent of violence. I never have been, and I never will be. And so I did take issue with some of the more violent aspects to what happened there. So I don't want to get too political here. That's not really my point necessarily, but just the point is that I felt really isolated by that movement, and I probably would have been out there marching with a lot of those people, but I didn't feel safe to be in big groups of people. We didn't even know at the beginning of that it wasn't as big of an issue to be contracting the virus when you're out in outside as it was, and as was the case. And yes, I happen to be somebody who's on the sort of hypersensitive spectrum of personality types, and can maybe sometimes maybe over dramatize situations. I know I'm fully capable of that. So I was just being extra precautious, extra sensitive, and was already in a state of heightened alert. And one of the things that really did I'm getting political in this. I don't know if I'm not gonna go there right now, but anyway, that was the case. And ever since then, the city has really fallen into, now I'm not gonna put it in the way that a lot of Fox News analysts and talking heads, pundits, and political figures are going to spin it. As far as how bad things were in the city. But that is not to ignore the fact that things were and have been less than ideal since then. And me being here comes more people. Me being kind of a longtime resident of the city, I've seen it go through a lot of changes. I've been there since, let's see now, 28 years, I think. Is that right? It seems like more than that. Here, check out those rocks down there. I don't know if you can see it, those rock formations. It's incredible. Okay, just a diversion there. I like to show you the scenes, so I'm just self-conscious about having a video camera pointed at me with people walking by. Diversionary tactic to show you the scene. But I guess this has become somewhat political, I guess. I can't avoid it, but there's a lot of homelessness in the city, and a lot of drugs. The drugs that are around now are it would be kind of what would you call it, mixing metaphors to say that it's that the drugs are on steroids these days that are out there. Nothing like what used to exist. I mean, crystal meth was one thing, but it's gotten even worse than that. It used to just be heroin and meth, I guess, and crack, and all of that was bad enough.
Hi, excuse me.
Oh yeah.
You haven't seen a car key laying in the snow, have you?
I haven't, but I'll keep an eye out.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
No problem. Sorry you lost it.
Yeah, my fault.
Oh man, bummer deal.
I know.
What a place to lose a set of keys.
I know. It's beautiful, and I'm hoping it stands out in the snow. That's
Okay.
my only hope.
All right.
Have a good day.
You too. Thank you. Good luck. All right. So where was I? I don't know. Just nice people on this trail, man. Super nice. I like it around here. Kind of outside of closest city is, I don't know if it's Wenatchee or Cle Elum, but I think we're in between maybe. About 30 miles north of Cle Elum, I think. This is the eastern side of the mountains here, and this is awesome over here. This is incredible. And it's like just the right amount of people on the trail too. It's like not to me, for what I like, for my kind of level of I guess outdoors, these kind of conditions. Sidetrack. Anyway, where was I? I'm not getting too cold by sitting here, to be honest with you. Anyway, what was I saying? The drug thing in the city is out of control. And I feel like I'm really sensitive to the whole experience of it. All the way around, in all ways. I feel unsafe myself, fear, anxiety, heightened state of alert all the time, and also on the empathetic and compassionate side of it as well. Like I feel everything. I feel the full spectrum of it. I feel disgust, disdain, hatred, anger, frustration, and at the same time I feel compassion, empathy, love, sadness, sorrow for people that are in that state. I see this humanity sometimes, and sometimes I see the lack of humanity, and I see all of it, and it's too much. It's too much for me to be able to experience that on a constant, consistent, ongoing basis. And it isn't only that, it's also city life in general is just hard. People just don't seem to be in. It seems like the larger the city, the less. It seems like people are not looking out for each other, and people aren't. Things just happen. Things are just allowed to happen. All kinds of things are just allowed to happen, and they just I could go on about that and explain that a little better, but I want to keep this I don't want to go down a rabbit hole, and maybe I should leave it there. But that was just some thoughts I had, and places like this are the salve. This right here, this is what I've been hoping to find, and this is healing. Just to sit here in the silence and listen to the crows and the ravens and magpies or whatever it is that's out here. On that note, I think I'm just gonna leave it there. Give you one final view of this beautiful valley here to the north. All right, blessings be. I hope.